Helen, your turn. And then Leslie, I think you've got the idea. You're after Helen.
Good morning. I'm Helen Legione and I'm a beauty consultant and trainer with Nutrimetics. I sell lipsticks for $40 and the people who buy them are women who spend a lot of time on Zoom. I'm Helen Legione from Nutrimetics.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you so much, Helen. Yes, that's true. Speaking of, I'll put mine on. Every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group further insights into their business or enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. The member can use this time to problem solve or seek assistance or advice from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. Today, we have the wonderful Helen Legione, who's a Nutrimetics consultant. So to tell you a bit about Helen, Helen lives in Bunyip, Victoria, and is a Nutrimetics beauty consultant and trainer. Through her lively monthly beauty and business classes, she empowers women to look and feel their best while nurturing their self-confidence and entrepreneurial spirit. With over 30 years of experience in Nutrimetics, she's a seasoned skincare and makeup expert. Helen's unwavering passion and curiosity make her a formidable presence in the beauty and personal development arena. She can easily be found on Facebook, I think it is. Is it Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
With a last name like Legione, which is like Legion with an E, it is easier to find in regards to all of the Helens. She sells lipstick. Her elevator pitch is about lipstick. She sells lipstick. This is my version of lipstick. You can get the screw up one, and I like the lip gloss that you paint on. And yes, responsible for making hundreds of women look beautiful on Zoom every day. So with that, Helen, I will let you take over. You have up to 8 minutes. At the 8-minute mark, I'll do this. If you're still talking at 8 minutes, just wrap it up. If you're less than 8 minutes, all good. We will ask you questions. With that, you can go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Well, Misty finally pinned me down to do this talk. I'm sorry I'm a little bit croaky. It's sort of a little bit hay feverish in the humid weather. Now, you've heard the bio and you've heard the elevator pitch, but I'm going to give you the elevator pitch again. I'm Helen Legione. I'm a beauty consultant and trainer with Nutrimetics, and I sell lipsticks for $40 to, and people who buy them are women who spend a lot of time on Zoom or love to take lots of selfies and want to look good. Okay. No, so just to give you a little bit of a background, like Nutrimetics is it's a direct selling company, and it's one of the leading cosmetic houses in the direct selling field. Now, obviously, being a top company, we have, skincare, makeup that you'd expect a top cosmetic house to have. So anything ranging from foundations to mascara to eye pencils to lip gloss. Misty, this might be a color that you like. To lip pencils, did I say that? Or even foundations, your classic pressed powder, or your definitely a classic lipstick rollout one. And in the way of skincare, we have cleansers, toners, moisturizers, and as you can imagine, all of the serums and lotions and potions that go with being a top company. Now, the reason I gave you that little background was you're probably thinking, with all of those products to choose from, why choose a lipstick? Well, the reason I've chosen lipstick to focus and put into my elevator pitch is that I believe that lipstick has a power, a real power. You cannot leave home without a lipstick, okay, because you never know when you're going to have to look good for that selfie or that photo. But just I'm going to read a couple of little quotes. I worked out, if I'm sort of hesitating a little bit, I figured out that I'm far better doing a Facebook Live than I am writing notes. I cannot believe it. But anyway, so just a couple of little quotes from fashion legends and people that are very high up in the cosmetic field. Now, most people would know Coco Chanel. Now, one of her quotes was, if you're sad, add more lipstick and attack. I don't quite know what the attack means, but anyway, that was a quote. Now, another quote comes from Bobby Brown, someone significant in the cosmetic field. Nothing says confidence and glamour like a classic red lipstick. But this is my favorite, Marilyn Monroe. Give a girl the right lipstick and she can conquer the world. I really, really like that one. Now, if there was ever, good endorsement for wearing lipstick, I think those three sort of little quotes. And I mean, I did Google a few others, and there's quite a lot. Now, just as a little side note, during World War II, the women in the Defence Department were actually ordered to wear red lipstick to lift morale. So if we're talking confidence, elegance, lifting morale, you cannot go past wearing a lipstick. Okay. Now, as I said, excuse me, it's not nerves that are doing this, it is the weather. But anyway, so basically, one of the things that I feel is you put a lipstick on and your face comes to life. And just looking around, I love the lipstick that you're wearing, Desiree. Very, very nice. And Lucia, yours is pretty good too. Okay. Okay. So, and one of the reasons that I guess, speak about lipsticks is that it's a really good starting point. Or I've found that it's a really good starting point in building relationships with clients or potential long-term clients. And the reason is that quite often they'll say, oh, look, I need a new lipstick, or I've got an event or an occasion to go to. I'll try a lipstick. And it's a case of just scratching the surface a little bit and getting to know you and the kind of service that you provide, and also getting to know the kind of service that the company provides and the quality of the products as well. So, it's a really, really, really good starting point. I know it sounds really crazy with all those things to choose from, a lipstick, but just to give you a little bit of background how Nutrimetics, or not Nutrimetics, that I will get to that, but how lipsticks and myself got to know each other. We go way, way, way back. When I was a young girl growing up, I went into the bathroom and opened the cabinet, and my mum had the most beautiful red lipstick, and it was in a little gold container. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't remember actually applying the lipstick, but I would say that the temptation would have been too great. I'm sure I had to. And the other thing that she actually had in the cabinet was a tin, mind you, a tin, not a jar, of Nivea cream. Would you believe? So that is, I guess, my first association with makeup and skincare. And then as life unfolded, work, and okay, somehow I whizzed through the technical science field. So actually, it's really interesting when we have new releases and people would start talking technical stuff. I lean forward, everyone leans back, and their eyes glaze over. But anyway, it's interesting. That's beside the point. But somehow I landed in the corporate field. And if you're in the corporate field and you're talking 30 plus years ago, you needed to be made up. You needed to look professional. You had the suit, you had the padding, and you had the lipstick, of course. And so that was pretty much a requirement. And that's where my association with Nutrimetics began. I don't know whether I found Nutrimetics or whether Nutrimetics found me. But what happened was a friend of mine dropped a brochure on my desk. I opened it and I bought a lipstick. And hence the starting point is a lipstick way back when. So 31 years ago, I took the plunge and I decided that I no longer wanted to be part of the corporate world and decided to join Nutrimetics for what I could learn. And pretty quickly I figured out that it wasn't just a little bit about lipsticks, it was a heck of a lot more. But anyway, we're not sort of really talking about that. Yeah, and now when I do sort of talk about the lipsticks, just to give you an example of how I belong to another networking group called We Rise Networking, and it's a face-to-face group. And I sort of did my little elevator pitch about the lipsticks, and one of the ladies said, oh, I've just brought out a new brochure. I need a lipstick to match the colour on my brochure. Can you give me one? So, it just goes on like that. So now, you would sort of think that lipsticks, yeah, look, you grab a color, you put it on, but there's so many other things to consider. What is your hairstyle like? What is your complexion like? What clothes are you wearing? What's the occasion? Do you want to make a statement? Now, one of my Nutri friends, actually it was Eva, you'd be impressed with this, Lucia, many, many, many years ago actually said to me, when you're doing a talk or a presentation, always wear a bright lipstick, because people hear you, but they also want to see you speaking, which I've never forgotten that, and I've always remembered. well, most of the time I remember that, and it's so true. You, especially on, say, a forum like this online, you want to see a person's mouth. You want to see them. You want to see them. And, you know, where the power with the lipsticks is as well. You walk into a room, you've got your lipstick on, you feel confident. And it, I don't know, it kind of makes your stature, builds your stature, you put your shoulders back and you've got the confidence. I know, it sounds a bit crazy. So, but some of the coaches that are in here that are, you know, would understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, now with there's, oh, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say a lot of things, but I wrote a whole lot of tips down. In the end, I just got basically confused and thought, I'll blow this, I'll throw them away. I'll just talk like I would as if I was on a Facebook Live. Now, one of the things that you might notice in my signature block that I put in the chat box is that I offer makeup masterclasses. Now, why would I be offering makeup masterclasses? Well, there's a lot of ladies that maybe, well, when we were having our coaching talk with Misty, she was saying, oh, you know, we were talking about, oh, so many people don't know anything about makeup. Well, there are a few people out there that are maybe beginners, but there's a heck of a lot of material available. So many, you know, so many YouTube videos that it is so confusing. So what I find is that quite a lot of the ladies, they've got a bit of knowledge. However, they come along to the classes to just check that they've learnt the right thing and have someone looking over their shoulder or sitting next to them say, yeah, that's the right way. Yep, you're doing the right thing. And a little bit of guidance as to, you know, how to select the right products or the correct products for that particular person, and also the application of them, because sometimes, you know, there can be a bit of finesse in there, can't there? Absolutely. But now, from a man's perspective, you know, perhaps a few of the guys thinking, yeah, why am I listening to a lady about lipsticks? Now, I guarantee that if you've got a partner and if you've ever been in the corporate world or gone anywhere, you've been to a business function, you know, where you needed to dress up a bit, or, you know, you've gone to the Christmas party where you've needed to dress up a bit, and there's always somewhere, or, you know, with the ladies as well, often on Zoom, but then there's appointments that you need to go to, maybe interviews, meetings with clients, that you really need to spruce up just that little bit more. And let me tell you, a lipstick will do it for you every time if you've got the right lipstick, just like Marilyn told us. Okay. No, so a little bit of advice: wear a bright lipstick when you're speaking, when you're doing a speaking engagement, when you're talking. Wear a bright lipstick when you're feeling a bit sad and you want to lift that spirit of yours. Now, a few other little tips. Again, I'm a little bit over the place because I threw the notes away. A few little tips when it comes to lipstick. Don't leave your lipsticks in the car in summertime because they will melt. Okay. Now, one of the other things that you might do, if you have a favorite lipstick, make sure you've got at least 2 or 3 of that particular color, and keep one at home as a safety, as a backup. Put one in your handbag and put one in your bathroom. Now, the reason I say favorite lipstick, keep a couple on hand, is that those of you that have been on here before, you might remember Misty's funeral story. Okay, Missy was saying that she had a friend who had a favorite lipstick, and they were at a friend's funeral, and the lady actually gave her husband the lipstick, and he put it in his pocket, but then he bent over to put the flowers and the soil in the over in the whatever it is in the over the coffin, bent over, and the lipstick went tumbling down, and that was the lady's only lipstick and the most favorite lipstick. But I think it's the most hilarious story, and thank you for letting me share it.
Oh, you're right, and that's why
So,
she always have at least two of
yep,
all lipsticks.
at least 2 of your favorite lipstick. But generally speaking, the rule of thumb is a lady needs at least 3 lipsticks, because you need one for going out somewhere, you need one for work, one for, oh, well, probably 5. You need one where you're just going out for coffee with a friend. You need another one, oh, I'm having lunch with someone, or this is an important occasion. Yep, need one of those as well. And, oh yeah, I've got to go to work. So you at least need a few of those. As I said earlier, some of the different tips, you know, your hair color, your clothing, your complexion, all of those things make a difference. Now, what I would,
Helen, I'm going to stop you.
yes.
I
Oh,
know that this, you can tell. Helen is so excited by this topic. I'm going to stop you. Give us a chance.
were you doing that? Oh,
I'm
I'm
doing
sorry.
this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, no worries.
I'll
Mother's
send
Day,
you
Father.
text messages. I'm actually going to, I had a spot to jump in.
Oh, thank
I
you.
want to read some billionaires. I know that you're going to end up telling us stories that will cover our questions, but let us ask the question.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'd love to hear some questions from you.
I'm actually really enjoying it.
Oh,
And so
thank
is
you. Thank
everybody
you
else.
for
So
your
have a good
patience.
But
Okay, who's
let us ask
first?
some questions. All right. So thank you so much, Helen. We can see the passion, definitely see the passion of you. And there's, Helen is a great example to show us that one small thing, you think, it's only lipstick, right? And she does all these other things, skincare and makeup and all these other things as well that she sells. But to be passionate about just one little thing, and it's a never ending supply of sales, and she has a never ending supply of stories that sit behind this one thing, which is the starting point of everything else that she does. So I love it, Helen. So look at the lineup of questions coming. Kelly, you can start.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Helen. Look, I am not a lipstick person. In fact, I'm not a makeup person at all. And I get what you're saying about wearing a lipstick, but that is going to happen when hell freezes over for me. So what other tips would you have for doing that whole standout thing?
The whole standout thing. So you don't wear makeup at all?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well, standing out online or face to face?
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Same, really.
Well, I would make sure that my glasses were really catching and that maybe put a little bit of, I can't see because I've only got little pictures. Make sure that your hair is always, a really great style, and maybe really, if you're brave enough to put colour in it.
Oh, I normally do have. It's just
Yeah.
faded. I've got an appointment in a couple of weeks. So.
And maybe just put some clear lip gloss or lip balm so that your lips are at least, beautiful and soft and lovely.
Yep. Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's
Excellent.
okay.
Well done. Thank you, Kelly. Great question. Yeah, I was thinking lip gloss. Or lip balm. Yeah, that's the word. Neville, you got your hand up?
Just asking a quick question here about if you had a client that was concerned about the ecological impact or the ingredients that are in the lipsticks, what kind of answer would you give them?
I would definitely say purchase the Nutrimetics lipsticks because we are environmentally conscious, aware, and all of our ingredients, I think, are tested. Most definitely. I'd have no hesitation in recommending the Nutrimetics one.
Excellent.
I'll put it this way, I wouldn't be involved in Nutrimetics if there was an issue.
Yeah. No, that's all right. You answered it the first time, is that you know that Nutrimetics is environmentally conscious. So that's the best that you can do. But yeah, good question though, Neville, because not all brands are, right? So excellent. Thank you, Neville. Desiree, got your hand up?
Yes, I do. Thanks for the passionate talk, Helen. I'd like to say a big shout out as well to Helen. I'm wearing tea rose today, and because I live far and I couldn't tell whether any of the lipsticks would suit me or which one. Yesterday it was red velvet, today's tea rose, and you seem to think it's okay, Helen, so I guess it's okay. And my question is, if you don't mind me asking two questions. So for all the other people who are out of state and not sure, would you send them as well, perhaps a sample so that we can see what it's about?
Within Australia, I would, yes.
Right. And my second question is, because you talk about women, but with the LGBTIQ community, that LGBTIQA+ community that's around us, it's not just women who wear lipsticks. There are a whole bunch of people who love wearing lipsticks and who are trying out. Have you thought of them?
Absolutely. It was easier in the presentation just to say women. And just given the makeup of the group that we've got here.
Yeah, so thanks for answering that, and thanks for the samples that you sent. Thank you, Helen.
Oh, pleasure. I'm looking forward to hearing which is your favourite.
Excellent. Joanne, you've got your hand up?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the talk, Helen. I recently or last year went and had the makeup done at DJ's, and the young guy that did it had put a very bright red lipstick on, and I looked at it back on and I thought, well, that doesn't look like me. It looks totally different. And I must admit, I tend to just put the same old on each time, which is just a gloss. What's the most important factor that you look at when you decide what color to recommend someone? I know there's lots of things that come into play, but what would you say is the most important?
The most important, whether they are have warm tones or cool tones would be number one. The first thing that I would look at, and that would obviously their hair color, their eye color, their skin tone is a very good guide. So that would be number one. But then I would also be asking, what is the occasion that you're going? And then, like, if I'm actually seeing the person, it would be their hair color, complexion, their eyes, their clothing. It's kind of like all the one thing. And then I would be asking what's the occasion? Is it an everyday lipstick? Have you got, you're going somewhere? Yeah. So does that?
And can anyone wear? Well, I suppose, can anyone wear a dark or bright lipstick color, or is it really a matter of complexion? And
well, when it in terms of dark colors, if someone has very fine lips, I wouldn't recommend a dark color. I'd recommend a bright color, because dark makes things recede, light and bright makes things come forward. So so you don't want to minimize the lips. And the same with well, we're talking lipstick. Yeah, that's what I would be looking at. So bright is always, and also age. The age of a person makes a difference sometimes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Great answers. Thank you so much, Joanne. Anne Zimmerman, you've got your hand up?
Yes, I do. I was also interested in your comments about men. I'm wondering about the moisturizing quality of your lipsticks, and whether you have any like just lip gloss that are moisturizing. My husband's just been in hospital, and we tried lots of different lip balms that I could. The hospital brought him one. I went down to the downstairs and eventually took in the one he had at home. But yeah.
No problem with the lip balm. What I can do is I can catch up with you a little bit later and send you a little bit more information.
Oh, and I was just wondering in general, for when I was talking about the product. Yeah.
Look, no problems. The lipsticks are moisturizing lipsticks.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And I think some of them actually have SPF in them as well. But we do have dedicated lip balms that would be
as well. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Paul Valek, you got your hand up, and then Sylvia.
I do. I came in late, but I got all the end at all the lipsticks. So at one time, I was producer director of a TV show, and I was on TV. Now we're all on Zoom. The lipstick for the ladies and all, is there something that's different when we're on Zoom? Because I have a light. So for that. What's kind of the rule for the Zoom thing, so that, look, the idea is on Zoom you should look great, you should look good. How do I help other people look good, and with the topic of lipstick?
Is it generally speaking, or is it the women that are on camera?
Well, and I'm thinking mostly women are gonna put on lipstick. I know there's men that do, but I also know men who, because I interviewed sportscaster and weather guys and so forth, and when you meet them in person after they've been on, they have more makeup on, more thing. And somebody said, look, it's one of these, the worse you look in person, the better you're gonna look on TV.
I haven't heard that.
The more made up, the more thing that you go, what the heck? And yet on TV, they're perfect. So it's one of those mixture of things, and it has to do with the lighting and all this. But so it's one of those funny things that the worse you look in person, the better you're going to look on TV. Yeah. So what hints or tips can you give someone who's doing a live podcast? Someone that's doing put on some.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for someone that's doing a live podcast, well, so if it's for TV or if it's a video that's going to be going out there to people, there's a different style of makeup. It is actually well, almost like stage makeup or TV makeup, just because the lighting, picks up different tonings. I think like actually, even if you watch the news or anything on TV, you'll notice sometimes that this part is white and this is kind of orange almost. So the different makeup, the actual composition of the makeup is different. But a lipstick is going to be a lipstick. And if I often sort of say, I'd never leave house without a lipstick, because what you could do with a lipstick, as well as putting it on, you can put a little bit on your cheeks, on your eyes, have a lipstick, to go with you, can double up for so many other things as well. I think I think the stage and the TV makeup is kind of like a different style or different techniques that you would be using. It's a little bit like if you go out of a nighttime, you want to put a little bit of a darker shade of foundation on, just because the light just leaches all the color out of your face. So if you're aware of those things, and that's why coming along to my makeup class is a good idea.
There you go. Excellent. Nice little segue. Thank you so much, Helen. All right, Sylvia, you've got the last question. I'm very mindful of time.
Yeah, and it's just a really quick one. I just wanted to endorse the Nutrimetics lip balm. For many reasons, I can't and won't wear lipstick, but I do use their lip balm, and it is very moisturising. And I thought of Anne when she brought up her comment for her husband, because it has no colour and you can wear it all anytime, and I do. So I just wanted to endorse that.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much. I'm going to end with this. Lipstick is not negotiable. That's my line. That's the line that when I die, the boys will say, Mum said lipstick is not negotiable. It's one of Mum's rules. I used to wear lipstick all the time. Then I met Simon and I got out of the habit because he said it was sticky. I didn't want to upset him. I wanted to, marry him. And so then I just got out of the habit. And then one day I was at a meeting where the woman got up to speak. Well, a lady got up to speak, and she was talking. It was in a women's group, and she got up and she was saying things about her life and how she ended up where she was and everything. And that she has these rules for life that she hadn't realized. But when her daughter turned 16, got a tea towel made that said Mum's rules. She said the number one rule is lipstick is not negotiable. And I have stolen that line ever since and gone back to wearing lipstick. And Simon says he hates it. The boys go, it's sticky. And I said, get used to it, because your girlfriends and them wives are going to wear it and they'll be right.
Absolutely.
So, lipstick is not negotiable. That's the line. The boys go, oh, it's that thing, but it's not negotiable. So there you go. You can even teach small children. Thank you so much, Helen, for being our speaker today. Absolutely love it. Love the passion. Notice how long this went for, because so passionate, and we can all ask questions on lipstick, right? All right. And thank you, audience, for participating and really being part of the conversation today.